Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It is Monday, the 10th day of, I almost said October, December. I don't know. My brain's not working right now. Today is Dewey Decimal System Day. There was like some sort of cartoon.
No, it was on...
The Dewey Decimal System.
Yeah,
what was
it was
on
on
UHF?
UHF.
Ah, that's what it
Yeah.
was. It was funny. Also, Human Rights Day
Conan
today.
the librarian.
That's what it was. Conan the librarian. Nobel Prize Day today as well. So, named for Alfred Nobel, who invented dynamite, and then said, I don't want that to be my legacy, so the Nobel Prize. Most people don't even know that. Also, I got a quote for today. Joseph Campbell says, follow your bliss, and the universe will open doors where there were only walls. That's true. We've followed our passion. We could do something we love. There's doors everywhere. People keep kicking us out. So it's awesome. Just tease. I do have a guest today. You probably heard of him before. I have Kevin Sorbo for our Movie Star Monday.
Hercules.
I am so excited to chat with him. That's coming up later in the program. Thanks for listening on a Movie Star Monday.
Want to honor a veteran? Consider giving to Veterans Tickets Foundation, a national nonprofit who supports our currently serving military, veterans, and family members of those we've lost in action by providing them with free tickets to sporting events, concerts, performing arts, and family activities. VetTix is dedicated to giving back to those who gave us so much. Learn how you can help at vettix.org. VetTix.org.
Time now for, is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? I got to just say, I had a gentleman reach out to me through Facebook. He said he guesses, and he's almost always guessing the same thing that you guess. So I said, you guys are both pretty awesome then. Because Heidi's usually right. All right. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center?
Right,
Rolling Hills, Tempe,
Hills
Arizona.
Golf course.
Rolling Hills is a golf course. I hope everyone got that one right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
That was an easy one.
It was pretty good, though. We're getting to the time of year where we start planning for holiday parties and other events that often include alcohol. I encourage you to have some alcohol-free options as well. And if you are drinking, be sure to have a designated driver. If you or someone you know has a problem with drugs or alcohol, there is help. Timeforrehab.com would love to connect you with someone who can be there for you or that loved one. If you feel like it's time to finally get the help you need, we're here for you. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com. And this is Your Brain on Drugs. It's such a bizarre story here. A guy in South Carolina was on the verge of getting away with a crime. 41-year-old William Lee Rowell broke into a home and stole a washing machine. Now, that's a bizarre thing to steal, but even more bizarre, he didn't have a truck, he didn't have a van, didn't have a moving van, he didn't have a trailer. He had a Honda Accord, a little tiny car. So he jams this thing in the car somehow. I don't know if it was in the trunk, on the roof, or the side.
Impressive.
I don't know what he did. But as he was driving away, he got stuck in the mud. So
I bet he did.
He did not make a clean getaway with the washing machine. We'll put it that way. Now, here's why it's in this segment, because when they came and picked him up, they discovered he was high on meth. And he had some syringes that had meth in them at the time as well. So instead of making the clean getaway with the washing machine, he got to go to the detention center instead. So.
He should be applying with a moving company. That dude is talented.
He should be applying
Imagine what
himself.
he could do with a truck.
I know. Imagine, and you know, with a clean, mind instead of being on drugs.
Well, I don't know. That probably
you think that helped
him,
He's
honestly.
The amazing meth man. No, that's not a thing. Thanks for listening.
He didn't know it was impossible when he was all messed up, so he made it happen.
And that is what happens when your brain is on drugs. Now, big screen, little screen, Kevin Hart has officially signed on as the host of the Oscars. Online, everybody's making fun of him, saying, don't wear gold. They'll mistake you for an Oscar.
They'll get taken home.
He's a little guy, but you know what? He's an awesome little guy. I like it. There was a movie with him and The Rock. That was such a fun movie because...
That was a funny movie. I like
back in high school, he was the big shot and The Rock was not. And then, later, The Rock is the big shot. And he's
that was such a cute movie.
It was. Lena Dunham is in the news. She apologized to the actress who accused a girls' producer of rape, saying she never should have defended the guy. I don't know exactly what was going on there. A girls' producer, so there's a show called Girls. Anyway, she's apologizing now. So many people do silly things on the internet. They'll go on and they'll make some terrible remarks, and then later they're like, oh, sorry, I wasn't thinking. Maybe you should take a break from social media. I'm not just saying her, I mean a lot of people. And when I say take a break, I'm also talking to you, Kanye West. The actress from the Cher show, it's on Broadway, story about Cher, was a little bit upset. She went on Twitter and said, I wasn't too thrilled with Kanye sitting in the front row, texting the entire time during my Broadway play.
Maybe he wasn't enjoying your show.
I don't know. Either way, that's kind of rude. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Every day, approximately 23 U.S. military veterans take their own lives. Big Paws Canine Foundation is helping to decrease that number, providing service and companion dogs to our disabled veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Partnering a hero with a specifically trained dog significantly reduces the incidence of suicide, and your support makes all the difference. Find out how you can help our American heroes. Join the pack at BigPawsCanine.com.
Now your scoop of the day, brought to you by FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. The FDA, that's the Food and Drug Administration, Heidi, they've recalled 8 brands of dry dog food because they contain high levels of vitamin D that could kill a dog. Aww. That's not good. This would be a good place, by the way, story writers, to put a list of those. I mean, wouldn't it?
I was going to say, which brands? I'm a little low on vitamin D. Maybe I'll
I have
buy
a link.
Some clearanced out dog food.
I have a link. I'm sure it's not clearanced out. You're going to have to dig this out of the dumpster.
Mix it in with the meatloaf.
Would you stop it? I do have a link in the show notes if you want to read more, but this is all they send me. A Reuters poll has the French president, Emmanuel Macron. How do you say his name? Macron? Is that how you? See, I've avoided the news so much that I am kind of out of touch on some things. But the Reuters poll has his approval rating at just 23%.
Well, yeah.
Right now.
He's got riots in his streets.
In France, the French actually like American tourists more than they like him right now. So that's
saying a lot.
That is not good. They don't like American tourists. A new study found that taking a bath for 1 hour is better for your body than going for a run. What? That is a health plan I can stick to. Can I eat ice cream while I'm in there? Where are you going? I'm going on my workout routine. You got a quart of ice cream. Yep. Could be in there an hour. It could take a while. So 1 hour bath is better for you.
No gain.
How is an hour bath better for you than a run? I just don't get that. I do have a link in the story if you want to read all about it.
Your knees.
That could be. Now, I got to say, this is kind of funny. I had this sent to me at least 7 times. So thank you, everybody who thinks of me when they see stories like this. A Tennessee man by the name of Luke Sky Walker was arrested for a probation violation in connection with felony. Mark Hamill actually weighed in online and said, this was on Twitter, he said, the real crime is that the kid's parents gave him that name to begin with. Well, Mark, you should actually say that's kind of cool. They named him after one of your characters.
No, that's not cool. Who would do that to their kid?
Of all people to bash the guy, Luke Skywalker's going to bash you?
I'm sorry, but come on. That is horrible.
Well,
what do they expect him to do for a living? It's not
here's
like
the thing.
He's going to become a lawyer.
You never know. He could have been.
Had to turn to crime.
His last name is Walker. His middle name is Sky. So his name is Luke Walker. And his middle name, I think it's actually kind of interesting. But I've had that shared a bunch. A video has gone viral of a Philadelphia woman lighting a deli on fire because they wouldn't give her a free beer. Heidi, what were you doing in Philadelphia? Just kidding. I'm kidding. It was not.
I was just going to say it.
I was not.
I don't blame her.
No. I should quit picking. I got to make sure I say this. Heidi does not. She's not a raging alcoholic or anything. She's just got a good sense of humor. She is the designated drinker in this family, and I am the designated driver. So I like to poke fun at her a little bit, and I just want to make sure that people realize that you don't have a problem or anything. So the way we talk about it.
The problem I have is my abusive husband.
No,
emotionally abusive,
I'm
verbally abusive.
Hey, I'm going to go on the record right now to say I apologize, and if you want me to quit making fun,
no,
I promise I will.
I'm fine with it.
Okay, well, it's just just free joke.
Just don't spill my wine.
Where were we? How about this one? A 69-year-old Dutch man who sued so he could legally lower his age on Tinder. Did you see this story?
I saw this.
He lost the case.
I think that's...
He's saying, hey, if people get to pick their gender...
I think that's ridiculous.
I should be able to pick my age. And he sued... This is a Dutch man, sued to be able to legally lower his age on Tinder. He lost the case.
I don't know how they can say he lost that case.
He is going to have to do what everybody else on Tinder does and lie. He's going to have to pretend. I mean, dude, there are a lot of people that put fake photos and fake bios.
Still,
and
I don't know
everything.
how they can justify saying, no, you can't do that. But people who are biologically, you know what I mean? I don't know how they justify the difference.
I know what you're saying. I do not have the answer, so we're going to move on. This has been today's Scoop of the Day.
Are you trying to find the perfect gift for someone with a good sense of humor? FunkyMonkeyShirts.com has a good selection of funny t-shirts and more. Some with Christmas themes. One that even replaces the ugly Christmas sweater for your next party. Find some silly shirts at FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. Also, learn how you can sell your own designs to make some extra Christmas cash. There's a link at the bottom of the page at FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. That's FunkyMonkeyShirts.com.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. We have a special guest joining us right now. We have Hercules on the line. We have Kevin Sorbo. Kevin, how are you, sir?
Pretty good. I'm pretty good. But I'm telling you what, I don't mind the Hercules reference, but I also want Captain Dylan Hunt from Andromeda. That was my other series.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a huge Star Trek fan, and Andromeda was the first show that Gene Roddenberry ever wrote after Star Trek.
That is awesome. And you've had an amazing career. I remember just a couple of years ago watching you in a movie that was phenomenal, God's Not Dead. And in the beginning of that movie, I didn't like your character at all. But by the time it was done, I thought your character, it worked out pretty good, didn't it?
Well, my mom didn't like me either, but I figure I did a pretty good job then.
You did a very good job. And I've got in my hands right here a copy of a DVD that just came out, Christmas Dreams. Let's talk a little bit about this and how you got involved in this project.
Well, this is a wonderful little movie for kids. It's really for, I would say 12, maybe 11 and younger. And a lot of families are looking for movies that are G-rated that their kids can see. And this is a wonderful two classics, The Little Drummer Boy meets The Nutcracker, and it's animated and it's also live action. And I'm the one who got to narrate it. And it's a wonderful little family story. It's a musical, and it's perfect for this time of year.
And the reviews are phenomenal. So I think people that haven't had a chance to see this yet, you got to check it out because it sounds like it's a very good movie. And I've got a copy of it. We're going to be watching this with my family here as well.
Great. It's out on DVD, and you can pick it up at Amazon, or you can go to Walmart and pick it up as well. And, I recommend people doing it. Hey, when you go to Walmart, I also did a movie that was in theaters last November, December, and January called Let There Be Light. The faith-based movie. My wife co-wrote it along with the wonderful Dan Gordon. I star in it along with my wife and my two boys, and it's a great, very touching drama and comedy movie, and it did very well. Sean Hannity from Fox News was a financer of it. He called me up and said, I want to do a movie with you. We sent him the script. He fell in love with it, and it's out now on DVD, and also it's accompanied with a 40-page devotional book that my wife and I wrote. So when you go into Walmart, please pick up Christmas Dreams and also pick up Let There Be Light and get 10 copies of each and give it to all your friends. It's a great Christmas stocking stuffer.
And talk about a family movie. Not only is this a family movie, but it also includes your whole family, doesn't it?
It does. My boys did a great job in it. They, we homeschool, so they travel. I'm on the road quite a bit, so they always travel with me when I'm on the road. And growing up on movie sets is kind of natural for them, and I didn't want them to go into acting, but I knew that one day they'd want to, so they've been taking acting classes the last 3.5 years, and they did a great job of the movie.
And the movie is kind of paired with Share the Light, which is the book. Now, the movie is Let There Be Light. Let's talk about Share the Light. This is a project you and your wife worked together on.
Yeah, it's a devotional book. It really is. It's kind of a challenge to, we all face sort of the same problems. Everybody's got a story, and it's, we are going to face roadblocks in our lives, and this is a book that really kind of helps you through times that are tough and sort of test you to see how you're going to react to certain situations in your life. And I hope people will pick it up and enjoy it and apply it to what they got going on every day.
Well, again, the book is called Share the Light, and then the film that came out right after that is called Let There Be Light, and the two kind of go hand in hand, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's kind of why we package them together. The DVD's been out there for the last probably 8 or 9 months, but Walmart loves the movie, and we told them we had a book to go with it, and they said, hey, let's repackage it, so we have a 2-for-1 deal, and like I said, they can go stream it on Amazon as well, but if they want to get the devotional book, they got to actually physically go in the store or order it on Walmart.com. They get Christmas Dreams and also Let There Be Light online at Walmart.
And I'm going to throw a link to make it easy to find all of that, and also Christmas Dreams, the movie, and Let There Be Light. But I certainly want to chat with you also about another project that's just coming out, Bernie the Dolphin, starring Kevin Sorbo and Patrick Muldoon. Let's talk a little bit about this movie.
Another rated G movie. I know it's a shocker. Hollywood doesn't do any of those, but Lionsgate did, along with Ambi Production, and Bring the Dolphin is sort of a combination of Spy Kids meets Flipper. And I mean, anybody who likes the ocean and loves dolphins and loves kids outsmarting bad people like me. I'm a bad real estate developer. I want to develop a resort on a turtle nesting ground, and these kids spoil the day, and they're the heroes of it. And it's just a wonderful family movie. It opens in theaters December 7th, so please check your local listings for Bernie the Dolphin. They can go to BernieTheDolphinMovie.com. So I hope those listening at home have been writing down these notes, because I know how short memory we all are. I got to write everything down all the time, so write down Christmas Dreams, write down Let There Be Light, and write down Bernie the Dolphin. And check your local listings for December 7th opening.
And we'll make it really easy. We're going to throw a link in our show notes to find that. Again, Kevin Sorbo has been our guest. Kevin, I've got so much more I want to chat with you about. Can we visit again next week? That would be awesome.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Again, our guest for this Movie Star Monday has been Kevin Sorbo, and we'll chat with him again next week as well, right here on The John and Heidi Show.
If you want to grow your business, you can add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers, or a combination of both. There's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow your sales, and you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Text Radio Trial to number 22828. That's Radio Trial, all one word, to number 22828.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Vending machines are bigger threats to humanity than sharks. You are, get this, twice as likely to be killed by a vending machine than you are by a shark. I could just see that. Discovery Channel, vending machine.
I can see that. Every time I buy something and the machine eats my money, I die a little more inside.
I had to actually help some ladies. They got a thing from like the middle row, and it fell, and I got stuck like on the bottom row. And I saw them trying to pull the machine out, and they're just little. There are two of them, one on each side pulling.
Yeah, you don't do that.
And I'm not a little guy. I'm a big guy. And I was like, I can help you there, ladies. And I went over and shook the thing a little bit, and I got it to fall out. I was like, no.
And you don't shake it.
Here's the problem. I shook out like 7 things. So I took the rest of it to the front desk. I'm like, I got way too much out of the vending machine. This has been today's fun fact.
FreshPatch.com is making dogs like me happy. They send out real grass pads for us to use indoors. Now when it's cold outside, I can go inside. And when I've used up the real grass patch, the mailman brings me a new Fresh Patch. It's the best idea since doggy treats. Convince your mommy to try it today. I suggest you try Puppy Dog Eyes. FreshPatch.com. Use promo code RADIO to save 10%. That's freshpatch.com, promo code radio.
Time now for today's grandiloquent word, and I usually do my very best to make sure I pronounce these words properly. I don't know if I got it right today.
Okay.
I'm going to try. Turafal. What? Turafal.
Turafal?
The way they have it phonetically spelled, but they have it phonetically spelled in a way that doesn't make any sense to me. Here's how it's spelled. Turopphile. So like turophile is what it looks like. But it's the phonetic spelling is T-Y-O-O-R, with a tur, and then O-O-H-F-A-H-Y-L.
Must be French.
I think they're just messing with me. Turafal.
Okay, what does it mean?
Turophile. It is a cheese connoisseur. A cheese fancier is a turophile. Someone who loves cheese, a turophile.
All right.
I think I am a bit of a turophile. I put cheese on my spaghetti, like not just Parmesan. I mean, like bags of cheese on my spaghetti. I put cheese on my eggs. I love cheese. Cheese.
But yet you're incredibly regular, which is crazy. Because isn't that supposed to stop you up?
I have no idea. No, I didn't read that page, so apparently it doesn't affect me. Either way, turophile. Today's grandiloquent word.
Want to honor a veteran? Consider giving to Veterans Tickets Foundation, a national nonprofit who supports our currently serving military, veterans, and family members of those we've lost in action by providing them with free tickets to sporting events, concerts, performing arts, and family activities. VetTix is dedicated to giving back to those who gave us so much. Learn how you can help at vettix.org. VetTix, TIX.org.
Now some weird news for you, and I got to tell you something, Heidi. Over the weekend, I went through and I weeded out all the junk, and I actually posted an extra post in our show notes, and it was just called Extra Stuff I'm Not Getting To, because I had a lot of extra stuff that I'm not going to get to, but I've got only the best. Like this. A man walking completely naked in a parking lot in New Hampshire was stunned with a taser. He tried to punch a police officer. 32-year-old Richard Chase had been charged with indecent exposure and attempted assault while resisting arrest. They were called to the hotel because this dude was walking around in the parking lot naked. When they got there, they deployed a taser. Then he tried to punch an officer who avoided being hit, continued to be combative, though, and he took him into custody. And he gets to go to court on the 13th of December. What in the world would you be doing in New Hampshire this time of year, naked in a parking lot? I mean, any time of year is a bad thing.
What would you be doing in New Hampshire? You probably could have just stopped it there.
Would you stop it? We love you, New Hampshire. Heidi's just being silly. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday. Now your moment of duh, brought to you by FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. A student at a Florida Atlantic University, at the Florida Atlantic, not a, it's like there's 12 of them. He was at the Florida Atlantic University. He was arrested after he posted a message on Twitter saying he was going to kill the professor for scheduling an exam too early. They arrested Rafael DeComas.
He said, I could kill my professor.
I'm going to attempt to read what he posted on Twitter. I'm going to read it to you exactly the way he typed it.
Okay.
I gern kill dis professor. Bay, this is my confession to a premeditated, spelled wrong, murder.
Okay, well, yeah, that's...
I gern kill dis... What? He's a college student? I don't get that. Anyway, according to police reports... He was upset because he had to wake up at 5 a.m. to be able to get to campus by 7 a.m. You live 2 hours from campus? What in the world? You might want to get a little closer. The 20-year-old was charged with a written threat to kill or do bodily harm. That I agree with that. He was released on a bond following the incident. I think that is just crazy. But I've got a link to the story if you want to try to read it. Thank you for listening.
That little post right there just once again reminds me why... A college degree doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Doesn't have his degree yet, Heidi. Thanks for listening. You might not get it after this. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Every day, approximately 23 U.S. military veterans take their own lives. Big Paws Canine Foundation is helping to decrease that number, providing service and companion dogs to our disabled veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Partnering a hero with a specifically trained dog significantly reduces the incidence of suicide, and your support makes all the difference. Find out how you can help our American heroes. Join the pack at BigPawsCanine.com.
Time now for Fake News or Florida. I've had several people send me really fun stories, and also I've got some people that have been sending fake news because they know I need the help. I can't trick you,
You do need the help.
I just can't. So tell me, is this a true story that happened in the great state of Florida as reported by one of our fabulous listeners, or is this something made up to trick you from one of our fabulous listeners?
All right,
here we go. A group of burglars broke into a Jacksonville home, ate snacks, and made cocktails before fleeing. Fake news or Florida?
Well, we've read many stories like that, so I'm going to say Florida.
It is a true story. See, I knew you'd probably get that.
Yeah,
one.
we've read lots of stories about that happening in Florida.
But it truly happened, so there you go. This is another episode of Fake News or Florida. And I have for you some good news on the way. This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of Odiva, the monthly subscription service just for the ladies. All the details at radiosavings.com. Dogs are awesome. I just got to say that. That's my headline. It's not their headline.
I agree.
My headline is dogs are awesome, especially this dog. Dog saves its owner's life when the dog sniffs out cancer, not once, not twice, but 3 times. 3 times, Heidi.
Isn't that crazy?
That is, I think it's amazing. And there's an image here of the dog. It's a beautiful Siberian Husky. And he doesn't just have a sweet face to look at. Oh, she has also got a nose that is credited for saving her owner's life. Sierra, that's the dog's name, has sniffed out cancer. And Stephanie Herfel, she had ovarian cancer not once, not twice, 3 times. On top of that, she managed to sniff out cancer for a nearby stranger as well. I think this is really cool. Sierra's first cancer detection happened in 2013. The pup was only 2 years old at the time, and she had been experiencing abdominal pain. A doctor simply prescribed her some antibiotics for an ovarian cyst. She became concerned, though, when the dog kept reacting oddly to her stomach. She says she would put her nose on my lower belly and sniff so intently, I thought maybe I spilled something on my clothes. But she did it a second and a third time. After the third time, she went and hid. And I mean, she really hid. So she was thinking maybe the dog's anxious. I don't know what's going on. But she went back in and they found out that, oh, hey, yeah, early stages of cancer.
That is awesome.
So, and then that's happened 2 more times with the owner and 1 more time with another person. I think this is an amazing story. She says, I owe my life to that dog. She's really been a godsend to me. She's never been wrong. I love it. I think that is such a cool story.
I've read many stories of dogs doing that, of dogs being able to detect cancer.
Our dogs
suck.
Our dogs detect food. Anytime I have food, they find me. I just mention food. They'll run in the other room. They're like, oh, what? Something for me? Huh? My dogs have never... You know what? They warm my heart. But other than that, they've never done much for us.
No.
So I've seen people where they have trained their dogs to, like, fetch them things. And they train their dogs to do stuff. And our dogs, I'm like, hey, why don't you go fetch me something? She's like, get it yourself. Look at the 2 of us. I'm skinny. You could use the exercise. Trust me. I'm doing you a favor. If my dog could talk, I'm pretty sure that's what she'd say. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. I have a link to this good news and everything else we've talked about today in the show notes at johnandheidishow.com.